Sitting on the front porch in the early morning breeze. Sitting on our front porch, just an old friend and me. Drink a little coffee, read all the local news, talk a little gossip every now and then. Smell that ham cooking in the kitchen, a brand new sunrise in the sky. Sitting on a front porch, minding all your business. What a way to make the day go by.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And good Monday morning to you. It's a March 31st, the last Monday and the last day of March. Would you take a sip with me and my buddies, Scott Blake, Kenny Dean, and Ryan Fuller? Andy Tucker, here we go. That's sip for Auburn. War Eagle, baby.
Hey.
And congratulations to Auburn and Florida, Dookie, and what's the other one?
Houston.
Houston.
Yeah, Houston.
So they're all in the final four. Braves.
We got to get it going on.
And good morning to you, Reverend Ben Hayes.
Good morning, my friend. How are you doing today?
Man, it's Monday. We are going to have to keep an eye on the weather today, and just excuse me, just be safe.
Yes, I was just looking at the weather report. Hopefully, it's going to be out of here pretty quick this morning.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about. I know. I know the Alex City schools are not closed, or are county schools closed?
No.
Okay.
Well, they're keeping an eye on the weather.
Oh, sure.
On for today. So.
Yeah, I like the way they monitor, and you know they're having to make a big decision. So get those children in school and keep them safe, and then should be out of here. Like I say, it's supposed to be a pretty quick one, so we hope it move on through. I tell you what, I got to watching. I've watched Twister this weekend. I got to watching some documentaries on the tornadoes that hit Birmingham and Montgomery, and then some others that hit Mississippi and years ago. It's amazing what a big like an F5 tornado. It's amazing what they can do.
It really is. I don't know what size the storms were that hit Beauregard a few years ago, but
Oh yeah.
I was there the day after with our disaster relief team, and,
Right.
and I'm telling you, it was unbelievable, the devastation.
That was on a Sunday, I believe.
Yes.
Because I know it was we were looking at it for this way, then it kind of turned and went south on us, Opelika, Beauregard, Smith Station area. So yeah, they can be deadly. I saw where one that took a mid-size truck, a mid-size truck, and took it through the air almost 2 miles.
Wow.
A wind that strong, I just I can't. I don't understand. But we just have to keep.
It's incredible.
We just have to keep an eye on it. So hope you had a good weekend.
Did. My wife had me out working in the yard Saturday, spread about 25 bags of mulch.
Wow.
Dug up some plants, and I'm a little bit sore this morning.
Well, I know we got Tallahassee County Extension Agent Shane Harris on this morning to answer questions because people are now getting in their gardens, whether planting vegetables or flowers or trees, lawn, everything turned green. It's still a lot of yellow out there, so maybe this rain will wash some of that away.
Well, I'm hoping so. I almost couldn't find my truck last night in the parking lot at the church because it was yellow. So it's just.
All right, well, my friend, well, we thank you for being with us this week, and your time is valuable, but we thank you for spending it with us for the Front Porch Thought for the Day, and we'll turn it over to you now.
All right, my friend. I wanted to talk about children this week because we got a phone call last week from the Dadeville Elementary School asking if we could get some of our churches to prayer walk the school tonight because tomorrow morning the children start their testing. and nerves are high, stress is high. Teachers, kids, it's just a hard week for them. And so we're going to be out there prayer walking tonight from 5 to 7. Anybody wants to come out can come and do that. But I was thinking about that, and that led me to this passage that I love in Psalm 78, picking up in verse 4. The psalmist Asaph writes, "We will tell to the coming generation the glorious deeds of the Lord and his might and the wonders that he has done." And we get that. We talk to our children about our stories all the time, whether they're good, bad, or whatever. And especially those things as Christians, when God does something great, we want to make sure our kids understand it. But he doesn't stop there. He says, talking about God established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel, which he commanded our fathers to teach to their children, that the next generation might know them, the children yet unborn, and arise and tell them to their children, so that they should set their hope in God and not forget the works of God, but keep his commandments. And as you read that, what you see is, he tells us that it is our responsibility to tell our children, our children's children, and our children's children's children, 4 generations, that we're supposed to tell about the wonderful things that God has done, and to teach them what God has commanded us in his word. And that is a major thing for us as believers to understand, that we have a responsibility to train up our children in the way that they should go. And one of the things that the wise King Solomon said is, if we would do that, if we train them up in the way they should go, when they're old, they'll not depart from it. And I think one of the things that we've got to do for our kids, if we want to help them to overcome stress, even the stress of testing at school or whatever is going on in their lives, then we need to teach them what God has done for us in our lives. Show them that God is able to take care of us. In our children's time yesterday, I made the statement that when we fall down, when we get hurt, we need to run to Jesus. And one of the little girls raised her hand and asked her what she needed, and she said, "How do we run to Jesus?" And what a great question that was, because all we have to do is pray. Just talk to him, and he hears us. And that's what I want to leave with your viewers, your listeners today, that it is so important that we have those conversations with our kids and teach them what it means to be a follower of Jesus. So, Father, I just pray today that you would move in the hearts of all who are watching. I pray for our children as they begin testing tomorrow. I pray for our teachers, that they would have peace in their hearts and minds, and that they would rest in the fact that all of this is in your hands. Lord, I pray that you would help us to minister to these teachers and show them your love. For it's in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. How do you run to Jesus? You're right. What a great question, and that came from that little one's big old sweetheart too.
Yeah, there was nothing more precious than to see that. One of the highlights of our worship service, of course, is when all of our kids come down front and I sit with them and talk to them, and that's what happened yesterday. Just an amazing time.
Well, I'm glad that they're having those times together. I'm glad they have places that will allow them to, Reverend.
Oh, well, we love it. I love it. The parents kind of cringe when I open it up for questions. I never know what's coming out of their kids' mouths, but it's always a lot of fun.
That's why we got to be, as parents and grandparents, that's why we need to watch what we say around them.
Absolutely.
My friend, thank you. Have a great day. Be safe, and we'll look forward to hearing from you early in the morning.
All right, buddy. Thanks.
See you, buddy.
Take care.
Reverend Ben Hayes getting our day started. Shane Harris will be out here, a Tallapoosa County Extension Agent, from 6:30 to 7:30. So there's always a lot of questions. He always brings up a lot of questions, and a lot of times it's just the ones he's answered, this time of the year, years past. Craig Brown will be on. Craig's been coming on for 20-something years. This is the 29th annual Lafayette Day celebration, where they it's a lot of fun for Valley Haven School over in Lafayette. And it's coming up Saturday, April 12th, but he'll be on to talk all about that. Let's talk about the weather, and I want to let you know right now that we are under a thunderstorm watch, and that can change in a hurry. Now, I want to tell you, all safe rooms are open. Camp Hill, Daviston, Hackneville, and Union. Safer places will be open. The Town Hall in Jackson Gap, New Site Fire Station basement. Also, the Dadeville Courthouse open at 6 a.m. And then I'm not sure about the Alexander City Municipal Complex. I know they'll be posting that real soon. Schools are in as usual. Just be safe today. Let's see. It's 74. The high is 74 today. It is now 70. Thunderstorms will be here probably from about 9 to we're looking at 1, 2 o'clock, something like that. Tonight, let's talk about tonight. Ooh, nice. 49, partly cloudy. Rain will be gone, supposedly pretty much gone. And then the rest of the week looking like this. Golly. 82 on the, and ain't no April Fools now, tomorrow. 82 and 64 on the first day of April. Wednesday, 89 and 68. Thursday, 90 degrees and 68, 91 on Friday and 68 for a low, and then 88 and 68. So after today, we have got some more warm weather coming. There's your 5-day forecast brought to you by our friends at Alex City Marine. They're loving these hot days. These not warm days coming up. These are hot days, and everybody's getting ready to get the boat out. Make sure you got it serviced. Make sure, you don't have one? Make sure you go by and look at them today at Alex City Marine, Cherokee Road. Lake Martin Garden Shop, my buddy Phil Blasingame is having fun down there right now. I'm talking about Highway 63. That's where they're located. Lake Martin Garden Shop. In fact, I know they got all kind of ferns right now. They do have a lot of pottery in stock, and they are open from 9 to 5 today. So go by and check out the pretty flowers and Miss Kay at Lake Martin Garden Shop, Highway 63.
I'm Jimmy Goree with Goree's Furniture. We would like to invite you to come shop our huge selection of furniture. But if you don't have time, we have over 2,000 items you can have shipped directly to your home. Go to GoreesFurniture.com, look for 48-hour quick ship. Shop, click, ship, it's just that easy. You can shop us here, or you can shop us online, only at Goree's Furniture.
Your express way to saving.
Russell Medical Total Fitness is ready. Are you? Do you have arthritis? They can help. Pilates are for everyone. Ask them about the Silver Sneakers program. Get moving in a class now, or if you prefer, personal training on land and water are available. They have invested in new equipment for you. Invest in yourself with a dedicated and knowledgeable staff. Call today, 256-329-7623.
Worthy and Mitchell Insurance is now offering medical insurance. We offer $5 million lifetime maximum per policy. You can customize a plan to fit your healthcare and budget needs. Use any doctor or hospital of your choice. Call Skipper Worthy or Terry Mitchell today.
Zion Memorial Funeral Home and Crematory, located 1881 Goodwater Highway, Sylacauga, Alabama, is one of the fastest growing funeral homes in the area. We are pleased to announce the grand opening of our crematory, an expansion that allows us to offer traditional services as well as cremations starting at $8.99, serving Talladega, Coosa, Clay, Tallapoosa, Elmore, and the surrounding region. That's Zion Memorial Funeral Home and Crematory, 256-245-1454.
Tiny Homes by Wind Creek now renting. Sleepy 4, full kitchen, private fishing pond, boat charging station, and pet friendly. Call today, 256-935-9337 or tinyhomesbywindcreek.com. Located in beautiful small town USA, Alexander City, Alabama, on Highway 63 South, turning into Wind Creek State Park. And there they sit, ready for you to sit on their front porch.
Worthy and Mitchell Insurance now has the Cancer Answer. Our plans cover radiation and chemo treatments, surgery benefits, skin cancer. 30 specified diseases are covered. Our plan also has a return of premium benefit if not used. Call Skipper Worthy or Terry Mitchell today.
At Beyond Home Care, we provide in-home care services to individuals needing assistance with activities in their daily lives. We work with each client to provide personalized home care and sitter services. Whether it's assistance with bathing and personal care or an escort to a doctor's appointment, each client receives the individual care they need with the dignity and respect they deserve. Give us a call today at 256-414-6090 or visit us online at beyondhomecareal.com.
The Alex City Parks and Rec Department serves the residents of Alexander City with quality facilities and programs designed to positively affect the lives of the citizens. From youth sports programs to adult activities and our senior center, the Alex City Parks and Rec offers services for all ages. The Cooper Rec Center, Lake Winds Golf Course, and the Senior Activity Center are just some of the great features the Alex City Parks and Rec Department provides for the people of Alex City. For more information on any of our programs, call 256-329-6736.
Come back here and join us on the last day of March. I do want Woman of the Year. Chamber of Commerce just did this, and I cannot think of a better selection. She's been out here on the show. Her brother's a part of the Chamber of Commerce. She's huge with teaching children, not just school subjects, but also Christelle Tuck. Is good with the drama, teaching them how to act. But Christelle Tuck, Woman of the Year, presented by Constellation. Thank y'all. And I'm going to read what they had down here, and this just sums Miss Christelle up. That smile says it too. Christelle exemplifies leadership, dedication, and the spirit of service that uplifts our entire community. I agree 100%. Her impact is far-reaching and deeply felt, and we are honored to recognize her contribution. So congratulations, young lady, and congratulations for everybody that made that happen. I just always thought the world of her. Some people just have it, and she's got it. Has it. So thanks for putting that up there, Ryan. You were telling me something that was...
Oh, it's a cool thing I read this weekend. It was actually on Facebook, and it kind of goes...
It's got to be true, then.
I know it. It's, yeah, exactly. But the Brother Ben here was talking about our kids, and I just thought it struck me when I was reading this. It's kind of neat. To be born, every individual, we all need 2 parents, 4 grandparents, 8 great-grandparents, 16 great-great-parents, 13 third-great-grandparents. I'm not going all the way down, but over 11 generations in around 300 years, we each have 4,094 ancestors. You have to have that for me and you to be here. Mm-hmm. So that just tells me that we weren't just some thought. Just happened. We were planned.
Yep,
There's no way you can't be planned.
I agree with that.
If over 300 years it takes 4,094 folks for you to be here. It's that's pretty impressive information right there.
Did a lot of research there, did you?
I did. You go back and go like, golly. When that goes back, our ancestors obviously came from overseas because 300 years ago.
Mine didn't.
No, they didn't. Mm-mm. Where'd they come from?
They didn't like boats. They didn't like the water.
So where'd they come from?
Mountains.
Where'd those folks come from?
Mountains. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we all came from the mountains.
The mountains of
Patagonia. Patagonia's
They crossed the water at some point in time.
No, I'm telling you, none of our folks liked the water. They were scared of it. Sharks, eels. We just, no. We were. So I'm gonna beg differ with you.
I'm gonna prove you wrong. I'm gonna prove you wrong.
It don't take much to prove me wrong.
Yeah.
Hey, the fair, or I say the fair, the carnival. The James Gang Carnival is coming to town, Sportplex, April 15th through the 19th. They've been here before. There are some good folks, not just with their rides and the funnel cakes and all the carnival stuff. They give back. They give back a pretty nice portion of what they bring in. I just think that is just, it just says so much about them. So
you think if you went back 32
it's bothering you now,
folks, the James gang, you think that's, what was his name? Jesse?
Jesse?
Yeah.
Jesse was the same way. Mountain folks.
Okay.
Mountain folks.
They might have been from
You read
Jesse.
that in all your mountain books there. Bingo coming up at Thursday night at the Elks Lodge, so put that on your things to do. Okay, you got something to talk about over there. Let me tell you about hummingbirds. They will be arriving soon to clean your feeders, clean feeders with lemon juice. Soap residue is harmful. Lemon juice and vinegar are not. That dead blame vinegar, it's
for everything.
It is. It's amazing what it does for everything. Have you ever used it? You know what I wanted yesterday? Paragard. Have you ever heard of Paragard?
Why did you want it yesterday?
It just hit me all of a sudden. I used Mary Frances, that was my mama. Used to would have a stomach ache. Give us some Pepto-Bismol and Paragard, and I loved that Paragard. And they took it off the market. Yeah. I think they had like opium or something. I mean, there's a drug in there. Hey, this week is the week. I'm talking about the jewelry show, the $5 jewelry show, jewelry and accessories. It's $5 shopping for you for a great cause at Russell Medical. April 3rd and 4th, April 3rd from 7 a.m. to 5. April 4th, 7 a.m. to 3. It will be at the Har Community Room there at Russell Medical. That's weather. It's going to be nice and hot. Go in that cool place and get you some cool jewelry. You don't wear jewelry, do you? I bet you used to wear a necklace.
Shoot, a gold necklace?
Yeah. Did you?
Yeah. Heck yeah.
I can see that.
I still got one from high school, and it's a little tighter than it used to be. And I've put it on a couple of times, and Cindy made me take it off.
No, Cindy,
Yeah.
way to go. There he is, Shane Harrison there. I bet you Shane Harris never wore a gold necklace.
Probably not.
I wonder where I bet Shane Harris, he'll tell you where he's from, and I'm going to tell you he's not going to be from overseas.
Oh, okay, I got you. He's got his orange shirt on, too.
Yeah, what's this stuff? What's the orange stuff today? What? Dadeville FFA spring plant sale. There's going to be a lot of spring plant sales coming up. Their kickoff date will be Sunday, April 6th. That's going to be 1 to 4. Monday will be 3:30 to 6. That's going to be Saturday. Saturday will be Plants in the Park. That will be over at Pennington Park over in downtown Dadeville. All right, let me make sure I got this right. April 5th is coming up this coming Saturday. Now, what I'm telling you about, at the community room in Hattonville, they will be having bingo. So put that on your things to do. And then next month, I don't have it yet, but next month they'll be having their the Hattonville Volunteer Fire Department will be having their fish fry. I hope they do. I've been talking about it for about a year.
Bingo seems to be the theme. There's been a lot of bingo going on.
Well, people enjoy it. They most of the time they can win a little money. They can also have most of the time it's giving back. So it's a win-win situation. Let me remind you about these safe rooms today, because we are under a thunderstorm watch until noon. So that can always change to a warning real soon. All FEMA safe rooms will be open. Camp Hill, Daviston, Hattonville, Union. Safer places will be open. Town Hall in Jackson Gap. New Site Fire Station basement. Also the Dadeville Courthouse will open this morning too. So I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna remind you, because we will make sure that you're prepared for that. He ain't got nothing to say. We'll be right back. Lake Martin Dadeville Area Chamber of Commerce. I'm just going to look at their flyer, and I'm going to tell you what they're saying. Live, work, and play. Small town big thinkers. Join us empowering economic development along the shorelines of Lake Martin. Not Gitchagumi, Lake Martin. That's Lake Martin Dadeville Area Chamber of Commerce. That's their motto.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Get ready for the James Gang Carnival coming April 15th through the 19th at the Charles E. Bailey Sportplex. Family nights, Tuesday and Thursday nights. Special discounts and deals for the whole family. What to expect? Exciting rides for all ages, fun games, and fantastic prizes. Mouth-watering carnival treats, cotton candy, funnel cakes. Come out for a fun-filled week and experience all the magic of the carnival. That's April 15th through the 19th.
Serving East Central Alabama since 2005, we are Coosa Valley Respiratory and Home Medical of Sylacauga. Coosa Valley Respiratory has medical equipment and supplies, including oxygen-to-home ventilation services. We carry a full line of bracing, power chairs, scooters, and more. And when you trust Coosa Valley Respiratory, you are dealing with local people that care about your well-being. Providing quality home care for our community, Coosa Valley Respiratory and Home Medical, 201 West Fort William, Sylacauga. Give us a call at 256-245-1411.
Triple R Cafe in downtown Rockford is where it's located. Now, you're looking at the outside right now. Come on the inside. Let's check out the hot bar. And let me tell you about this. Award-winning fried chicken. They do fried chicken like it's supposed to be done. How about this pork chop right here? They're open Monday through Saturday. They cater also. That's Triple R Cafe, downtown Rockford, Alabama.
Not everyone can be an original, but when it comes to your residential and commercial plumbing needs, depend on the Lake's original plumbing company, Lake Plumbing. Since 1990, Lake Plumbing has served the Lake Martin, Alex City, Dadeville, and eclectic areas with professional plumbing services. And Lake Plumbing is now offering the industry's best in-home water filtration units from the industry's best water filters, Pentair. Call 334-301-3328 today and trust the region's original plumbers, Lake Plumbing. 334-301-3328.
Jim's Pharmacy at the Lake, located on Highway 49 South in Dadeville, home-owned and operated by Jim Clanton, has an experienced staff that is all about your wellness, offering the convenient packaging to help keep your medicines organized. Jim's Pharmacy also has a great gift selection like pecans, socks, Lake t-shirts, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, 9 to 2 on Saturday. Give us a call at 256-373-3449.
On Lake Martin, there's so much to do, but if golf is your sport, you gotta get to the all-new Stillwaters Country Club. We offer the region's best course and facility for only $40 per round and cart weekly, and an amazing $45 for weekend play. Make sure to inquire on any of our membership options, including full family, senior, student, or just spouse, options that offer true value for your golfing pleasure. Book your round today at 256-825-1353 and enjoy one of the region's best courses with top-notch service. Stillwaters Country Club, open to the public, golf, dine, and enjoy anytime.
And welcome back to the front porch on a Monday morning. I'm not going to say it again. Was that one last time, the last day of March. And then April gets here. Then everybody's getting ready to do some planting. And this guy right here is going to tell you what to do and what not to do the one and only Shane Harris with the Tallapoosa County Extension Agent.
Yeah.
With I got you all the orange on.
Yeah.
We look good.
Rubbing elbows over there. Yeah.
I guess I didn't get the memo.
Just move the camera over here and just hit us for a little while and stuff like that. Kenny, you like you're in mourning with all that black on. Stuff.
You look like a home burglar. Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Hey, let me right off the bat. This area right in front of the desk, to about the cameras about that area, I've got, and I'm gonna get my son-in-law Nick Whaley to till it for me. And I thought about putting some maybe corn and okra and right in my front yard and have a garden. But we got a lot of deer that walk right up to it. So I said, well,
you're gonna have to, you're gonna have to have a fence. I mean,
how about just plants? How about flowers and stuff? And it gets good sunlight.
Yeah, well, and that's when you start looking at the conditions. I mean, whatever you're gonna grow, got to have sun.
Mm-hmm.
That's the primary thing. Even talking about lawns over the years, we don't give enough credit. We got to have light for the grass to grow.
Mm-hmm.
You have trees, interference with trees expanding over time.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna cause shade. They're not gonna get enough light. They need at least 6 to 8 hours a day.
6 to 8.
Even St. Augustine needs about 4 on average. Again, you need to have more sun, the better. Same thing for vegetables.
For plants?
In general,
Okay.
There are a lot of shade-loving plants, stuff like that. But grass has to have light. Your vegetables have to have light at least 6 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
Even their flowering plants, the azaleas are blooming right now. The more sun they get, the more buds they're going to set, the more flowers you're going to have. So we need more light than we give our plants. But a lot of times we want all these trees and things around here for the shade and the beauty and all that. But in trying to mingle plants in there, sometimes doesn't work.
Right.
And nature's going to tell you that nature draws lines where the shadows and all that occur for the house or the tree and all that. I recommend don't fight nature. Just put out there what works.
Yeah.
And over time, those trees do get bigger. I've talked to people a lot on the lake. It's like, well, when we built this house 20 years ago, we had grass. Well, now the trees are twice as big.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a struggle. You got to have light in order to be successful.
So what would you suggest planting if you wanted to make it some pretty? Would you put plants? Would you put flowers? What would you put in?
It depends on what your goal is. If it's
just
something pretty beauty, or you want something edible that you can use in the garden.
I'm just going to do my peppers. I did see the other day that Dana and Dana think he was sending this to me. That you in containers, you can put like cucumbers, beans, peppers, and several other things that you can do. So
you can do a lot of small scale as long as you got the light. It goes back to that factor.
Yeah.
You need the light. I know a lot of people, including Chuck Brown, my former mentor and extension agent. He would grow tomatoes out on the pier on the Lake Martin area.
Wow.
Because that was his most sunny spot out there on the lake.
How'd they do?
I did fine.
Yeah, I bet.
Full sun out there, had plenty of water, so he didn't have to worry about that.
Right.
And the deer didn't really walk out there on the pier either.
Wow.
Right.
And so that made it a good spot. And
you have a lot of people just stop and picking tomatoes off?
I guess it could if they come and visit and stuff and get you a few. But you got to find those places. And the joke is, we don't tend to put our vegetable garden in the front yard, but a lot of times our front yard has the most sun.
That's what
it's not the most attractive and most sort of a taboo, I guess, in landscape and homeowners association may not like it either. But you got to have the sunny spot.
All right, so let me get back to that area. If it was you and you wanted a pretty fight, would you put?
Is this in front of the house?
Mm-hmm.
Most time you put color in front of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if it's around the front door, it's your entrance. From a landscape design standpoint, you want to draw the attention to the front door and and making it welcoming. So a lot of people invest in color. In this case, it's probably annuals. Annuals is the big hot seller in the spring because you get all the flowers blooming. We're transitioning from pansies from the winter to other things like daffodils and daylilies and lantana and vinca and marigolds.
Mm-hmm.
You got a slew of, you can buy buggies out of buggies of
Gerber
colors.
daisies.
Gerber daisies, just whatever you want. And then, of course, you incorporate some perennials and shrubs out there to provide that seasonal color would be a staple as well.
So if I go to Floyd's, where I will go, I just going to say, Dennis, I need some annuals.
Annuals, yeah.
Okay.
Personally, I like Vinca. I use Vinca a lot around our church because it comes out early spring, and it is more drought tolerant. It likes the heat. It survives these beds with no rain and full sun.
Now I'll be able to get water to it easily, right there.
Yeah, and then they said. When you think about your choices, you want something that is going to, especially color, you want to get that investment out. You want something that's going to continue to bloom throughout the season. That's why I like that particular plant the best, because I put it out there, leave it alone. If it gets the rain, it survives, and there's pinks and whites, and there's blush, and there's different variations of colors.
So what else would you put with your Vinca?
Well, not without seeing it, depending on how much your depth is. So you could do a whole bed, but if you have a background with a building or window, then you might want to put some type of evergreen shrubs or something there for down the road.
Why are roses so hard to keep going? I mean, they're just, I've planted some over the years. They're good for a couple years, and they just...
Well, most of it's black spot. It's disease, and even some of the knockout roses that were bred to not be as prone to that disease can still get it. They have insect problems. They have thrips and mites. Deer will bite the tops off of them. Roses are always a high maintenance plant, regardless really what you get. Now, a lot of times you can get some of those old-fashioned climbing roses that thrive and may not be what you want, maybe take too much room, but those will do pretty well as well.
Right.
Hey, let me. This time of the year, as we all know, in the South, azaleas bloom, and they are absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Boom, and they're gone.
Yes.
If people are just planting azaleas, this is not the time of the year to plant them, or is it?
Well, it's not the best time.
Okay.
But what we've talked about over the years, that's when the availability is. You just mentioned the plant sales and stuff coming up, and we'll be part of that.
Right.
Extension's part of that, hosting the Plants in the Park coming up on the 12th of April.
Yeah.
So that's when things are blooming. That and the annuals and the perennials and the shrubs like the azaleas. That's when people buy things. That's when things are available for the market.
Right.
That's when they're actually in the retail stores from a supply standpoint. They're not there amongst all the Christmas decorations.
Right.
That's when they need to be out there to buy them. The fruit trees are out there lining the parking lots to be sold and bought and purchased. So it's not the ideal time, but if it with a little tender care as well as watering it, you got to get it through that first year. Best time is fall.
Okay.
If you can get plants, it's always I said October, but even the drought last year, I said November because of the weather. November, December, the dormant season. Winter is always second best. Spring is third best. The worst is summertime, but landscapers will put them in year round as long as you can maintain the water.
All right, let me ask you this about azaleas right now, the availability. Yeah. How can people plan where you're going to have these beautiful ones coming out this week, or in 2 weeks you got another one? Is there any way to
Not when it comes to azaleas.
Schedule it.
They're different. You can, and mine's blooming all at the same time right now, which is a great thing. But they do stagger somewhat. I've got a few that will be late. So you got the early bloomers, and then you got some that bloom mid, and then the encore azaleas bloom 3 times a year. You got Bloomathon series that blooms more than 1 time a year. So you do have some of those rebloomers, but that's the weather can dictate. Hey, I'm blooming all at the same time, or a little cool spell. You get some that'll stagger, week after week. The native azaleas, for example, we're fans of that because they do stagger based on species. And so you have some bloom this week, and then maybe next week another species, and even on some into the summer.
All right,
and that's not a shrub. That's more of a natural plant that may not fit what you're looking for.
After this weather today, not knowing really what's going to happen today, hoping everything's going to be okay, but after today, we're looking at upper 80s, low 90s for the rest of the week. What does that do to azaleas? What does that do to gardens? What does, people trying to plant gardens?
Makes them grow and makes the weeds grow, and everything's budding out, flowering, producing pollen. I mean, it's spring. Now, I've already saw, I don't know how true it is, a Facebook post or something that there may be a cool spell coming.
I keep seeing that too.
And that's our average frost date is early April. I've always been said April 5th. I saw some maps where it may be now into late March, but you know.
It thundered in February, so it's going to be
cool. Yeah. And I've heard this. You know, what does the Farmer's Almanac say? We can look at that, but it's a risk. You know, I've got tomatoes in the ground right now that I've already put out, and they are growing. And, you know, people are probably putting the seeds out pretty much.
You plant them by seed?
No, I put them by transplants.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're still talking about the soil warming up.
Yeah.
We're still talking about air temperature, you know, in the 80s. But calendar-wise, we're still a little bit risk of a frost, especially if they're anticipating something coming out. Right. Things can get cold, hurt, and burned, but
is 60s a good temperature at night to warm the ground, or you need 70s?
Probably need
really
70s and 80s. Probably need 70s and 80s. You need those
nighttime.
And those nighttime temperatures are important for pollination, like for our tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
So, but as I was talking about before, the rain coming is going to wet the soil, make it colder.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a good recipe. You know, early April we should start getting better. Start putting our vegetable garden out, but just have to beware of a frost.
Well,
and take cautions to protect it if you can.
And we got means of finding out what the weather is all about. If you got questions, feel free to text them to me or Scott or Ryan or Shane. If you want to know, this guy knows. We'll be right back. Well, the Salvation Army is located on Highway 280 here in Alexander City. Let me tell you about what they're getting ready to do right now. Well, one thing they're getting ready to do is they're keeping an eye on this storm. Are they going to have to be put in place here? Hopefully not. Or Louisiana, Mississippi, Florida? I don't know. And hopefully they don't have to leave their families. But if it does occur, that's part of what the Salvation Army is all about. And the motto is doing the most good.
We are a debt relief agency. We help people file Chapter 7 and Chapter 13 under the Bankruptcy Code.
This is Marcia Mason, your local Lake Martin bankruptcy and Social Security disability attorney. Mason Law Firm is located at 217 Madison Street in Alexander City. Call 256-329-1313 to schedule your appointment today. All initial consultations are free and strictly confidential.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be provided is greater than that of other attorneys.
Central Alabama. This is our home. It's where we work, where we play, where we raise our families and grow old. And in the unfortunate event we become sick with cancer, thanks to UAB Medicine Russell Medical Cancer Center, this is where we heal also. We have invested in new technologies and expertise so that now we're able to treat all sorts of cancers and you never have to leave Tallapoosa County. UAB Medicine Russell Medical Cancer Center. Compassionate, convenient, collaborative cancer care right here at home.
Inspired by the bold bison, Southern Union students blaze new trails every single day. They press forward knowing their SU education will lead them to success. Affordable, accessible, and locally unparalleled. Whether you're transitioning to a university or launching straight into a lucrative career, a degree from SU SDC can help you blaze your path. 3 locations, dedicated faculty and staff, endless possibilities. It's all waiting for you at Southern Union. It's time to venture forward. Register today.
Dixie Electric Plumbing, Air, and Garage Doors is turning it up with some incredible giveaways. 2 VIP tickets to the Morgan Wallen Sand in My Boots Festival and 2 weekend tickets to the Talladega Race. Don't wait. Enter now at calldixie.com. It's fast, easy, and free. Dixie Electric Plumbing, Air, and Garage Doors, bringing you comfort and unforgettable memories since 1908.
Farmers and Merchants Bank of Dadeville is building a foundation of strength and trust in the entire Lake Martin community. With our modern branch in Dadeville and caring, attentive staff, we've established Farmers and Merchants Bank as a reliable friend to your banking needs. Whether it's just a savings or checking account or any commercial, auto, or real estate loan, Farmers has local decision-making to build a relationship with you and your needs. Farmers and Merchants Community Bank. Strength, service, community.
At High Point Insurance Group, we're here for all of life's milestones.
Like when you finally step into your dream home.
And when you drive off in that dream car, we've got you covered.
Or when you hit the water with your new boat.
We're by your side.
High Point Insurance Group.
Protecting you through all of life's high points.
Craving something convenient and delicious? Well, head over to Lake Martin Pizza Company, Highway 63 in Alex City. Lake Martin Pizza on 63 is always serving up mouth-watering pizza made from the freshest ingredients. From classic pepperoni to their signature specials loaded with fresh vegetables and savory meats, there's something for everyone in the whole family. The cozy, heated outdoor dining area is the perfect spot to enjoy a meal together and enjoy live entertainment. Or grab yours to go. Lake Martin Pizza Company on Highway 63, where great food and great times are always just a slice away.
Welcome back to the show. We are still under a severe thunderstorm watch for our area. Not a tornado watch or anything like that. A thunderstorm watch until noonday. Shane Harris with us out here. Had a good question just in from a caller with Irish potatoes. You want?
Yeah, and I just want to sort of go this topic with you. When things don't work well, we plant seed, you plant Irish potatoes. You put a plant out there in the ground, it didn't survive. What's the reason? What happened? Why does my plant die? Why did my tree die? I get those questions all the time to play detective and diagnose the issues. Well, when things don't come up, it could be bad seed. The seed could have got wet. Seed could be planted too deep. There could be herbicides involved. Irish potatoes not coming up. He thinks they may have rotted. Were they planted too deep? Where the potatoes treated that may have kept them from sprouting. There's so many factors. Weather is definitely a factor. If it's too cold, those seeds are not going to sprout. The ground's too wet, they're going to rot. Things come up and they sprout and the deer bite their heads off. So there's so many things out there that can dictate things. You want to have good seed. Invest in good seed, invest in good soil, invest in good water, invest in good site. So there's just, when we have failures, it's hard to scratch our heads and say what happened. Sometimes we don't really know. A plant beginning to die back. I looked at my yard yesterday. I got more dogwoods dying. I really don't know why. They just die. Plants just die. Trees decline. There's a lot of outside factors sometimes.
What do you mean by decline? Trees just decline?
Well, when especially right now, this is a great time of year when the trees begin to put out their leaves. And I saw one yesterday at the edge of my yard. I got a sweet gum, which I'm not a fan of anyway. Part of it's dying. There's no leaves on it. One part's got leaves. So a tree begins to decline, typically due to root interference over years. And so especially like around the lake, trees are my number one call. Trees begin to die back, limbs fall off. There are no leaves in the top. This time of year, as the trees begin to put out, look and evaluate the number of leaves in the top of the tree. Is it 100%? Is it 90%? Is it 70%? 75%? Is it 50%? Because if there's a root problem, root decay, root decline, you're going to see it in the top of the tree, because that's the furthest part for it to support it when it comes to moisture and nutrients. And so trees slowly begin to die from the top down, and it's just usually some type of construction damage, root interference, man interference, and sometimes trees die due to old age, storm damage. We see stress, we see pine beetles. Sometimes that can be a factor, but a lot of times they die from human interference.
Let me say something about the sweet gum tree, please.
Are you going to defend the sweet gum tree?
No. I'm going to go back to what you said about those people that came over by boat. And I told you our family did not. I'm going to say Ponce de Leon, Sims, Columbus, Ferdinando, and that whole bunch that came over in that boat, those different boats, Pinto and the Nina and the Santa Maria. I'm gonna say
Like
that the Sweet Gums came over with them. And
whoever a hybrid or whatever they did to get a Sweet Gum tree, they had to be.
you can't kill one.
No.
Something you don't want, you can't get rid of.
They just keep popping up, make little twigs everywhere.
Yeah, and that's a little seed ball. We call it a sweet gum ball. Every little hole and every little spike is a seed in that. So that's one seed. I don't know how many you have to count them, I guess. I guess it could be 30 seeds in that one sweet gum ball.
Kill them.
If I had a quarter for every Sweet Gum ball in my yard right now,
I know.
I'd be in good shape.
You can't, like in a fireplace, you can't burn them because they're so sappy.
Right.
They're not pretty. All they do is put out something that you step on. You can turn your foot over. You know,
hit the lawnmower with.
Yeah.
Hit your dog.
And so in my area, I've taken most of them out.
Really,
Just because of that reason, and because they're more of a weed tree around here, and there's really no ornamental beauty. They may have some fall color, but in the woods, they're not really going to do much. And they produce those sweet gum balls. Not bad.
So I'm gonna go back since we're talking about trees now. I know you said to wait till fall or wintertime to plant trees, but they're available now.
That's right.
So
that's right.
Go ahead and get them and put them out.
Go and put them out, but you just have to take care of them. Yeah. So when you think about these plants that you purchase, the trees or annuals or even whatever, even the tomato plants to a certain extent on the retail stores, they're getting water every single day. So a nursery crop, those azaleas and those camellias and those boxwoods or those hollies, they're being watered almost every single day in the nursery, plus rainfall. And so when you put them in the ground, okay, you just, I'm gonna baby you for a while, I'm gonna stick you in the ground and you just walk away, suddenly they're not getting water every day. Those roots are not established because they're in the container. So the roots, it takes them almost a year to get out into that native soil to get established so it can support itself. And so you have to supplement the water. Not saying you have to go water every single day, but based on the rainfall we have, we probably supplement enough in the spring and early summer. By the time you get to late summer, it is hot. And so that plant is losing moisture and has no moisture. That's why I recommend mulch heavily, but then you have to water and baby it in August and September, possibly all the way up to October. And September, October have been our driest months. And so the roots are not established. No one's watering. Everybody has forgotten about me from 6 months ago. I'm now stressed and going to die. And that's the truth. And it doesn't matter if it's an azalea that was pretty in the spring or a brand new fruit tree or brand new oak tree, you have to take care of that first year and get established.
Let me ask you about weeping willows. Is this a good time of the year to put them out?
Yeah, if you can find them, absolutely.
All right, let me
so that, in general rule, everything what you plant, even the grass may be a little different, but fall, winter, spring, summer, in that order is from first to worst.
All right, right now, because my next door neighbor has put out weeping willows in his back. It's kind of a bottom. It's wet, and they just a weeping willow they absorb water, so they're growing really well.
They'll go find you water lines too, so don't plant them in your water lines.
Wow. Let me tell you what. When we lived down in Turtleneck, we had a sewage line that ran down to ours. That thing grew like crazy. We fertilized it, but is this a good time if you can find them? So are they hard to find this time of the year?
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for specialty plants, you're just going to do your homework because we don't have as many mom and pop private nurseries everywhere, and they don't supply every single plant that you want. Okay. If you're looking for an arborvitae for a screen that someone asked me about last week, or you looking for a particular azalea, or if you're looking for a certain type of tree, a red maple or Japanese maple, you have to typically go to a specialty nursery to get that particular plant.
Hey, Jason Moran, our EMA director, I know you've been busy lately, and I know you could probably put out some pepper plants. If you're looking for longhorns, our friend Miss Faye Floyd and Dennis and the crew at Floyd's Feed and Seed has some. So I'd pass that along. We'll be right back. Coons Corner Deli. We got us a brand new one for the last day of March. March 31st, we're looking like this at Coons Corner. Lasagna, mixed greens, butter beans, carrots, English peas, corn, and the cobbler of the day is strawberry cobbler at Coons Corner Deli. And breakfast is being served right now, and they got a heck of a breakfast there at Coons Corner Deli.
Planning for the future is one of the greatest gifts we can give our loved ones. At Langley Funeral Home and Radney Funeral Home, we are here to guide you with compassion, helping you make choices that bring peace of mind. Pre-planning means your wishes are honored and your family is free to focus on what truly matters, cherishing every memory. Because love, care, and dignity should last a lifetime. Langley Funeral Home and Radney Funeral Home, here for you, always.
Obituaries this morning brought to you by Radney Funeral Home and Langley Funeral Home. Mrs. Dara Arlene Sims passed away this week, and Radney Funeral Home is in charge of her arrangements. Mr. Mike Traylor, 70, of Goodwater, they'll have graveside service, will be on Tuesday, April 1st at 2 p.m. at the Seaman Congregation Christian Church Cemetery. The Reverend Burton Herring will officiate. As always, our thoughts and prayers go out to these families who've lost loved ones, and obituaries again brought to you by Radney Funeral Home and Langley Funeral Home. We'll be right back.
Experience the freedom of mobility with Arise, our safe and clean public transportation serving all of Tallapoosa County. Keep your independence and leave the driving to us. Our handicapped accessible vehicles provide affordable fares based on age and distance. A mobile community is a thriving community. Wherever you need to go, we'll take you there. Call 256-329-8444 to schedule your trip today. Arise, your ride to a better life.
The Sure Shot Outdoors is located on Highway 280 in Alexander City across from Chick-fil-A. Sporting goods store that always has a great selection of footwear, men's and ladies apparel, cookware for camping and home, firearms and shells year-round. Also, online store with financing is available. Owner Scott Watson invites you to come by today to see what the Sure Shot Outdoors has to offer you. Again, the Sure Shot, Highway 280, Alexander City. Caring Transitions of Lake Martin, located in the old DHR building in downtown Dayville. Owner Randy Weaver wants you to experience the Caring Transitions difference, providing local and national relocation, packing and resettling, downsizing and decluttering, liquidation, online estate auctions, traditional estate sales. Call Caring Transitions of Lake Martin today, 334-703-5050.
This spring and summer, make your land, farming, lawn, and landscaping needs have zero risk and 100% success with Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor. With 0% financing on all our Mahindra tractors, many with up to 84-month terms. Our inventory of Mahindra tractors and farm implements is beefed up, and more are coming in daily. We also have extended 0% terms on Spartan mowers to handle your mowing needs with the best and zero-turn mowers priced to move. At Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor, your authorized Mahindra and Spartan dealer.
Grace's Flowers on Hillaby Street has been a staple here for decades, taking care of our community families from prom time, wedding days, picking up a friend on a bad day, happy times and sad times. Grace's is involved in our community with more than just beautiful flower arrangements, but also the love they put in them. Keep this number handy, 256-234-4238 for Grace's Flowers in Alexander City. Call 256-234-4238.
Zaxby's just perfected the Philly again with our signature crispy chicken fingers, sauteed pepper and onions, melty cheese, and garlic aioli. Grilled or fried. Now that's a Zaxby's Philly. Who's got the sauce? Zaxby's.
Fried chicken and wontons and teriyaki glaze and an egg roll. Some people think the Zaxby's Sensation Salad is too delicious to be a salad.
Yep, that's why we call it a salad. The Zaxby's Sensation Salad. Zaxby's.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
And welcome back to the show, and good morning to you, Miss Barbara Sokol. It's always good to hear from you. She says, ask Shane, that'd be Shane Harris right here, how to get rid of stumps or part of stumps left from downed trees. In fact, I'm going to let you answer, and I'm going to let you answer too, Scott Blake, since you, the stump
Don't
burner.
stump me.
I'm gonna let Scott go first.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to look at my
Okay.
So he's going to give you the great answer. I'm going to give you what I did this weekend.
I want to know too.
One of those nasty sweet gum trees we talked about. I had one get struck by lightning 4 or 5 years ago.
I'm
Maybe
sorry.
Yeah, I know. Bam! It burnt the whole yard up. The roots, the roots are shallow, and they just burn it all up in there. So we had about a 2 foot stump that I cut down. It's been sitting there looking ugly in the front yard, and Cindy made me try to burn it. And I can't say all this on the air what all I did to it because it's probably violating some kind of environmental standards.
Go ahead. I want to see that somebody
We had
comes.
fire. We made fire. We had fire, and we put dead wood around it, try to keep it. And I've got it almost gone.
Really?
But it was rotten. It was rotten around when it got down to the ground. It's not as rotten, so it didn't burn as much. So I'll have to go put some more fire on top of it.
So, how'd you get your fire started? Just with sticks and stuff, or just putting it on that stump?
We had an accelerant.
A what? You got a flamethrower?
I know.
Oh, Mac Bartol used to have one.
All right, so this is breaking any laws. I'm getting diesel fuel.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
'cause it doesn't burn up.
That's what a lot of folks.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what. You say diesel fuel. You better use diesel fuel before you use gasoline.
Oh yeah, do not use gasoline. No,
it burns quick.
Do not.
But
yeah.
Well, so my answer would be I have not tried the fire method. It sounds more fun though.
Yeah.
One thing if you're removing the tree, like if you're cutting a tree down just to get rid of it and it's not dead, then you've got to kill the tree. You can use herbicides to kill that. Glyphosate is commonly used on a fresh stump to kill the roots. So when you take a tree, if you take a tree down, as soon as you take it down, wipe off the sawdust real quick and put glyphosate right out of the bottle, usually around 41% to kill the roots that will be absorbed by the tree.
How long does that take?
You should kill it so you won't see any results coming back out. It'll absorb it immediately.
Okay.
But if you wait, say, 2 minutes after you make that cut, it begins to callus over. And so it is a very quick, it's a very quick time that you got to get on there almost immediately. You can't wait a couple hours or even a couple of days. It won't absorb it back.
What's that called again?
Glyphosate, which is what's commonly sold as Roundup, but there's now other generic brands. So you put glyphosate or 2,4-D right on the stump once you've made that fresh cut. And knowing that also makes contact of leaves, it's going to kill it. And so now once the tree's dead, if it's caused by tree damage or storm damage or just died, then you can grind it down. If you want to, you can dig it up. I'm not finding anything that I would say that product-wise to put on a stump to make it decompose. And that's what a lot of people want is like, okay, I want this thing to begin to rot, decompose faster. I've heard lots of home remedies over the years that I'm not going to necessarily repeat. But,
Vinegar?
No, not one of that. I've heard other milk products and things like that, you know. So there may be something out there, but I don't know one better than the other. Just to say, try this, try that. Over time, it'll eventually rot if it's dead. And nature does take place pretty quick. It'll begin to rot depending on the species.
Right.
Pine's going to rot a lot faster probably than a sweet gum, and definitely faster than a oak.
Pecan trees. I've got pecan tree stumps. I've got oak stumps. So do the same thing what you're talking about?
Well, probably it costs more, but the best way to do it is just get a grinder.
Get it grind, yeah.
Okay,
yeah. But it just costs more.
Okay, I agree with you, but make sure that you get somebody that you can depend on.
That's right.
Make sure that don't you pay them until they finish grinding it up and doing what they're supposed to do. Because if they tear up your brick right here or mess up something right here, make sure that's taken care of before you pay them. Because sometimes they won't ever come back. I'm not going to mention any names, but be able to. You need to be.
Make sure you find a reputable service, regardless if you're doing stump removal, tree removal, tree cutting, especially. You know, if
there's some good ones out there.
There may, someone with a power saw is not necessarily the one you want to have to take a tree down by your house. Right. Okay, most of us could do that, but we're not licensed and bonded or an arborist. So
what was that last thing you said?
Arborist. An arborist means they have been certified. They understand tree care, tree maintenance, tree physiology. An arborist will come out there like myself and actually diagnose the tree, that the tree is dying, it's a hazardous, you got these problems, versus just coming out there, hey, I'll be happy to take your tree down. It's even though it's going to live, there's nothing wrong with it. Or if it's dead, then they know they've gone through the training to how to cable it or make it fail the proper directions, or they have the equipment. But more importantly, they're licensed and bonded, so if they were to fall the wrong way, then you have protection.
Right.
Insurance. And that's insurance, so that's very critical.
Yeah, it is. I have a question, totally not related to trees.
Okay.
In the garden, my granddad, my papa, he had huge, he farmed, and he would go to the local barbershops and get the hair clippings, because the deer and he would he swore by it, kept the deer out of his gardens.
I've heard that.
He would sprinkle hair out in every row and around the edge of the garden.
Right. He'd have a herd of deer if he was waiting on me and you to give him plenty of hair clippings.
I know.
I'm saying, yeah.
But I mean, he would go.
Y'all can't have mine. I do need a haircut, but you're not getting mine.
He would go by and they would say, "Oh, Farber, she's coming by Friday." Yeah, I'll be by Friday. Don't throw it away. They'd sweep up the hair in the barbershops.
I've heard that.
And put them in the trash can, and he would come by and get it. And go, I didn't know if it was brunettes or reds or what that made the deer stay away, but it was just human hair.
Would he put it directly on the garden or around?
Just around the
edges of the border.
Around the edge of the border, down through the rows, whatever. And just the scent. Sometimes, I guess he thought.
As a deterrent. So the number one defense of a deer is their smell. Their strongest sense is a sense of smell. And they can smell things from miles, and hunters know that. And so anything different in the environment, where if it's human smell, rotting eggs, or other type of chemicals, that there's deer repellent stuff out there, anything strange or different is a deterrent, at least temporarily, because something's different here that could be associated with danger. It's not the normal.
Right.
And that's when, if you walk in the woods, hey, I smell Shane hunting out there. He didn't put his deodorant on or something, or his cover scent. I'm not getting in that area because I know he's there. So it's the same thing about going into the garden. I've been going in the garden eating the peas, but suddenly there's an unusual smell that I'm not going to go in there. Once they get used to that smell, that's just Shane again out there in his yard, then I'll go closer and closer and closer. That's why it's good to change it up. If you're using rotting eggs or different type of herbicides that have a strong smell, or human hair, other home remedies, I've heard soap, things like that.
Really, soap?
Soap, just any type of fragrance or smell that will be as a temporary deterrent. Once they get used to it, no big deal. I wouldn't put a lot of faith into that because there's foolproof. I would still look at a fence. A fence is going to be the best way as an exclusion. Electric fence, at least 5-6 feet tall, but knowing that deer can jump a fence 10 foot tall.
My dad, back when he was gardening a lot, he would have about 4 or 5 strands of electric fence wires, and and you could tell the deer hoof, they'd still come over there and their hoof marks in the dirt, and they would be you could see them trying to get their head through there.
It's amazing.
And boy, if they could get it through there, they'd eat whatever they get their mouth.
Oh yeah.
And
would it help if you put out corn just to feed them?
No, it brings them in.
That's an attractant.
I know, but I'm just talking about. Well, you're talking about putting the hair out.
Yeah.
Put out just a Jimmy Crack corn, I don't care, or whole corn. Or,
I still think I would say that as an attractant.
Yeah.
So, because with wildlife control, and we get Kyle Marable back on here to talk about that, our area agent for wildlife and forestry. You know, you reverse if you're doing attracting, you try to put bird seed out to attract the birds. You put out the deer to draw them to the green field. While you do the reverse. And so you take away the food, you take away the protection, you take away any of those resources that would attract them, do the reverse to make them unattractive. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So like if you got, everybody's concerned about snakes in the summertime, remove the snake habitat, remove the food that maybe the mice that they're attracted to, that's going to deter your snake population. And the same thing with other animals.
Those electric fences, and it's amazing. Daddy wasn't sure if they were working or not. He'd make me go out there and touch it.
Well, that's what's wrong. That's what's wrong with you today. We'll be right back. Forbes Auto Sales. Let me tell you something. They're located on Highway 280 in Kellyton, Alabama. We've talked about them. We can tell you they keep a good selection of used cars, trucks, SUVs, and at Forbes Auto Sales. They also service what you don't buy from them. Okay? And they've been doing that for a long time. They go continue to. They're home owned and home operated. That's why I like dealing with Forbes Auto Sales, Highway 280 in Kellyton.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Satterfield Outdoor Living is Lake Martin's trusted friend for your outdoor land and leisure needs. We're the region's authorized Skag mower dealer for residential and commercial lawns and offer all the small engine accessories you need with top lines of Steel, Echo, Shindaiwa, Husqvarna, and Metabo products that can tame any landscape. Satterfield is also your grill headquarters with Big Green Egg Grill, and our pros service everything in-house and back up all sales. Get the Satterfield Outdoor difference on Highway 280 right across from Tallapoosa Ford.
Hillary Towers may very well be the Lake Martin area's best kept secret. An affordable senior citizens community located on Highway 22 East in Alexander City. Spacious one-bedroom units are currently available. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today for more information on the newly renovated Hillary Towers, 256-329-0552. 256-329-0552. Hillary Towers, 22 East, Alexander City.
For years, Tom Watley's been a name you can trust to represent you, and now you can depend on Tom Watley Law, LLC to handle all of your legal needs. Tom has over 20 years of practice in criminal defense, probate needs, and estate planning. Tom Watley Law supports the communities of Lee and Tallapoosa County and can handle all your legal needs or refer you to their network of specialty attorneys. When it counts, call Tom Watley Law, LLC at 334-559-3420 or online at tomwatleylaw.org. No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be provided is greater than that of other attorneys.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
If you haven't been to Big B Barbecue in Alex City, then you're missing the best barbecue around. Big B has everything from the best pulled or chopped pork, chicken, and beef to cheeseburgers and grilled chicken salads. Bring your friends and family out for a great dinner and sit outside on our beautiful patio, or sit inside and enjoy your meal by the fireplace. So come in and join us and enjoy the best barbecue in the area only at Big B Barbecue, located on Highway 22 West in Alex City.
If you listen carefully, you'll hear the roads of Alabama calling. And Sarah Honda has your answer. Serving you for over 40 years with one of the largest Honda and pre-owned inventories in the state, and the Sarah Promise. Our best deal when you buy or trade, a 72-hour exchange policy, a no-hassle trade-in promise. Written offers are good for 7 days. And our best service promise. Our factory-certified technicians help keep your vehicle running smoothly. That's why Alabama can be yours to discover in a new vehicle from Sarah Honda in Sylacauga.
And welcome back to Shane Harris Show here on a Monday morning. It's always is. You've been doing this for 100 years, and we appreciate you coming down here.
I feel like it sometimes.
But this time of the year is most time. Every time you come out here, there's always something going on year round. But this time of year, it's when it gets serious.
It starts getting cranked up and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, there's just so much to do in the yard right now. I've got my list. I'm still trying to check things off. You know, get out there and cut that grass. I still say a little early probably to fertilize the grass. You know, we're not even to April yet. I know that'll be tomorrow. But, you know, right now, be getting those weeds, chop those weeds down. I wouldn't recommend any herbicides on those weeds right now because they're all going to begin to die anyway. But get the weed eaters out, get the lawnmowers maintained, you know, mow those grass, mow those weeds down, get the leaves raked up. You know, you can start fertilizing some of your plants, like your fruit trees could be fertilized. Some of your ornamental shrubs can be fertilized here soon. If you need to do any kind of pruning, especially from the flowering plants, as soon as they flowers begin to fall off, you can do a little trimming and shaping on those. So you get that garden planted, get your soil test in, see what you need. We have soil test kits all across the county and most of your feed and seed stores and garden centers, including our office in the courthouse. So pick those up. So there's a lot of stuff to do. You know, just getting things ready back for spring and potentially another growing season.
Let me mention something. What you just mentioned or talked about the raking leaves and stuff. Yeah. Snakes are out there right now. They're crawling. This warm weather's going to bring them out even more. Yeah. Be real careful in raking those leaves because a lot of time, old Mr. Snake's just laying there, just kind of chilling. He ain't done anything for a while, and you done woke him up. A lot of time they're right there, and a lot of time you can't see them. So be careful.
Be careful, especially right under shrubs and all that, putting your hands and stuff under there. That's why it's best to have a rake to get in there and get all that out and stuff. And you may see some smaller ringneck snakes, things like that. The little ones in the mulch and under piles and stuff like that.
Small anacondas. I'm telling you.
You could be. Maybe at your house anyway.
But I think about it. I'm gonna go back to what we started that area I'm talking about in my yard. Yeah. Tilling it. Would you put dirt in it, bags of dirt? And if it is,
did you read my article last month at all?
I'm not good at reading. I'd rather have you out here.
He texts me. He won't read anything and won't write stuff down after 25 years and stuff. He's still asking me the same question.
If we do this another 25 years, I'm still not gonna change.
We won't even know each other by then. And stuff.
What were we talking about?
I don't know. Same thing we talked about last hour, probably. And stuff.
But really, would you put
go back to March issue, Lake Mart Living. It's only 2 pages. You can read that in the bathroom or something. Okay, it gets you it starts with the soil. So take a soil test, but a lot of our soils probably need amending because we have the clay soils, we have rocky soils, have poor soil, they're depleted. So anytime you add organic matter to an existing soil, you're going to automatically improve the conditions. Really, even unless it's just dark and rich, we still get a benefit because that's too is going to decompose. But our red clay soil that we have around here needs an amendment, needs a ground cover, new ground into the woods, dirt, and things like that. You see that organic matter down there. That is improved fertility, that improves production, that improves survivability. So regardless if you're planting your garden, if you're planting a new shrub, planting a new tree, putting out even lawns, make sure your dirt and soil has all been prepared properly.
All right, let me ask you again, here on that same thing, and this may be in that article I'm going to read in March of Lake Martin Lemon.
Read Ellen to read it too.
In the bathroom.
It's your homework assignment tonight.
All right, in that area, would it be beneficial for me to get that black paper or
plastic or fabric
weed put fabric over it, and then just poke my hole and plant the plants in there for weed, so you won't have the weed issue?
I would say no.
Oh, really?
And if it's a vegetable garden, that would be a temporary thing where you put, say, like a black plastic, like you're growing strawberries or tomatoes or watermelons. From a production standpoint, from a long-term standpoint, I hate this stuff.
Oh, really?
And the reason is you put that plastic down or that weed fabric down, put the mulch on top of it.
Like pine straw?
Pine straw or pine bark. Then that stuff rots. Then you create a layer of soil, and all the weed seeds grow in that top layer between the plastic and the air. And then you can't get the stuff up because you got roots entangled if you need to renovate and stuff like that. I'm not a fan of it at all.
You just answered my question.
And then it rots, it deteriorates, it breaks and all that. But the biggest thing is, I've done it as raised beds, rows, all of my mulch is down, but once it rots, the weeds are growing on top of the weed fabric because they only need that much of a space to get moisture and they actually sometimes grow through the fabric.
Okay.
So
you just answer my.
No, that's a waste of time.
Okay.
In my opinion.
It just makes a big mess.
It creates more mess. It defeats what you're trying to do. Yes, it may suppress some, but something like a sweet gum tree or whatever is going to come straight through it anyway.
All right. So
you're really suppressing some stuff, and it's aggravating to put stuff around.
So if I get the shrubs, evergreen shrubs, vinca, and whatever I'm gonna put in there, just plant that, and then just put pine straw around.
Pine straw or pine bark might be easier to work with in a flower bed or a raised bed, because you can rake it around, you can smooth it.
Yep.
So pine straw is probably, in my opinion, better for ornamentals or trees and shrubs. Or if you put it down before the perennials came up, like the daylilies or the daffodils or the tulips. Once they sprout through it, then you have a nice look. But trying to tuck it under and plant around each one, you think about all the vincas and the marigolds and pansies, it's easier to sprinkle that pine bark around each one.
I like it.
And it's also going to build that soil up again as it rots.
Is it going to be better to put that real dark bark or the red bark? The cedar.
Plants don't know the difference anyway.
I know, just for eye appeal.
It depends on the effect that you're trying to go with, and it may getting decorative now. It may be, does it complement your house in that regard? I mean, red, brown, or black.
I don't like the red bark.
Really?
So it looks fake.
And
most of us died to preserve it and to give it a certain color.
I'm asking these questions because this has been an
Ellen gave him a big list of
Ellen, no, she didn't even, because this is something that she's done in the past. We'll go get 40, 60 bags. Most times that red. I would want to change it this time because I'm going to be probably the one that puts it out this year. I mean, she sits out there and spreads it all out and pour it out of another bag, and I just get them off the truck. So I'm going to probably go with that dark bark. It's like saying that. Dark bark.
To me, if I had to choose, the brown or the black looks more natural. With the red may be more of an effect you're trying to create with certain plants or in the environment.
So where do you buy? I mean, buying them by the bag is expensive.
Yeah.
So if you go get a half a.
Luckily, we have some companies nearby, and real close to Alex City, that you can go buy a truckload or more.
Yeah, I don't get it on my truck. But see, those bags I'm talking about.
I got a trailer. I'll bring it to your house. It's a whole lot cheaper.
Well, it's kind of like that steak you go cook for me next time.
Well, I mean, all you got to do is ask.
Shane, as always, thank you for coming.
You're
out
welcome.
Here. Thank
You're
you
welcome.
for questions. Again, if you got questions, you can always call 256-825-1050, or you can always go online.
Reach us on Facebook or text us, call us. We're happy to help anytime.
Or read Lake Martin Living, because he does a great job of writing great articles that I'm going to read or get somebody to read.
Only 2 pages.
That's right. Craig Brown up next. Doc's Cafe. Let's see what that girl Cat LaFoy's got on the menu for today. Hamburgers or half barbecue chicken. Now, to go along with that, potato wedges, fried squash, baked beans, green peas, soup is chicken and dumplings at Doc's today, and breakfast is being served right now. And tell them you heard us talking about them in a kind way, and they're going to give you 10% off.
Ready for an unforgettable escape? Jump into adventure at Lake Martin, Alabama. From thrilling water sports to peaceful fishing spots, it's love at first bite every time you cast your line. Want more excitement? Catch an event with our vibrant festivals, concerts, and fishing tournaments all year long. And when the sun sets, dive downtown to discover local shops, delicious dining, and warm southern hospitality. Explore Lake Martin, where every moment is an adventure waiting to happen.
Let's get serious. Let's get Arctic Air serious. You want your car and truck to live longer, don't you? Well, it's about maintenance. Same thing with Arctic Air. You see the number at the bottom of the screen? Call them right now. Let me tell you something. You want to be comfortable? We all want to be comfortable.
The Morris Haynes Law Firm focuses on representing those who have been injured or mistreated by the wrongful acts of others. We have offices in Alex City and Birmingham, but we have been calling Alex City home for over 30 years. If you find yourself in need of a lawyer, give us a call at Morris Haynes, 256-329-2000. We would be honored to help you.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Have you heard? The Suzuki GSX 8R motorcycle just officially reset the bar. With track-tuned suspension and a comfortable chassis, plus a torquey 776cc parallel twin engine with quick shift. This bike won't compromise. And with qualified buyers getting as low as 1.99%, financing for 36 months, neither will you. Head into Adams Motorsports in Montgomery to experience the Suzuki GSX 8R, the new standard of sport. Terms and conditions apply.
Integrated Massage of Alexander City is located at 119 Madison Street behind the old Chamber of Commerce. Destiny Goble is the owner, says come on out for outcome-based treatment plans, pain relief, focused areas, relaxation, cupping therapy, hot stones. Remember, rewind, reset, recover. Make an appointment today at Integrative Massage of Alexander City, 256-252-7644.
Hello, this is Scotty Gordon at Cornerstone Insurance. Are you tired of paying too much for your home and auto insurance? If so, give us the opportunity to help you. At Cornerstone, we have 3 goals for all of our clients: asset protection, affordable pricing, and superior customer service. Come by and give us a call today to see what we can save you. 153 Alabama Street, 256-409-2299.
Let's talk about the weather right now. It's 71 right now. We're under a thunderstorm watch until noon right now. Thunderstorms are very possible today, 100%. Should start moving in about 9 this morning. Should be out here about 1 o'clock. And then it's going to turn out to be a pretty nice day and a pleasant night, partly cloudy, 49 degrees. The rain should be gone by tonight. The first day of April, and this is no April Fools, this is the honest truth, 82 and 64. Pretty nice day. But listen to the rest of the week. Wednesday, 89 and 68. Thursday, 90 and 68. I'm not through. 91 Friday and 68. Then going into the weekend, 88 and 68. So after today, after all this, hopefully just some rain, it's going to turn off really, really warm. There's your 5-day forecast brought to you by our friends at Top Gun Pest Control, Highway 280 in Alexander City. I remember a young man that walked through those doors many, many years ago.
Actually, it was a different place, probably, I think.
It was. Greg Brown with us this morning, and he has changed over the years with Lafayette Days.
Hopefully for the better, but I don't know. Maybe.
29th annual.
29th annual.
So let's go back 29 years. So what was it? It was not Valley Haven at that time?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
Okay,
look, Valley Haven, we became in existence in 1959.
Wow.
Actually, so we've been in operation for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So with it being the 29th annual, because y'all been doing this all these years.
Yeah, well, we started Lafayette Day back in '97 just to get Lafayette involved in our annual annual fundraiser called Hike Bike Run.
Right.
And we're about to celebrate our 60th year for that.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
But actually 50th year. Yeah, we're on 49th. That's right. But so this is just something we did to get the people of Lafayette involved. It's just a big fun day that we have to help support the school.
They shut down Lafayette. Just
we did.
Absolutely shut down downtown Lafayette. And is that something that was hard to do going back?
No, not really. I mean, when
you just got to get.
Yeah, we that's the thing that I can brag about our community. We have the greatest community around that supports us. I mean, that we would not be in existence for as many years we have without the community, Lafayette Valley, Lynette, West Point area. They've always supported us, no matter how good the year is, how bad the year is. They've always come out and supported us because they know the need is there.
Well, that's what I was just fixing to say. They know you, and you've not always been the director.
I've been director. I was hired in 2015 when Tony
10
Edmondson
years?
retired. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't realize.
But I've been employed there for 29 years.
Yeah.
So
you were there from day one.
The first year I was there, my mom, Becky Brown, and a couple other people helped start Lafayette Day to get them involved in the fundraising for Valley Haven. Yep.
How did that happen?
They just wanted to do something, to get. We serve a lot of people from the Lafayette area, and they said, we can do something in this side of the county. And it started out with just a handful of people. I think we raised $2,000 or $3,000, and it's turned into over 50 vendors usually, and several thousand people, and into a pretty big fundraiser.
Let's stop right now and tell them what Valley Haven School is. It's not your regular.
No, that's right. No,
we're school.
We're a nonprofit. We serve individuals, babies and adults with intellectual disabilities. babies from 3 months, 3 years of age, and then we serve adults once they turn 21. And then we serve them until they pass on or they move, or we provide them with a lot of basic skills and help them become as independent as possible.
Craig, you've dealt with those that have passed on, ain't you?
I have. We've had several that have passed on from just being older and having different things. And then I was sharing with you, this last year has been really tough. December the 9th this past year, we had a bus accident that took the life of one of our individuals and hurt everyone else on the bus. It actually took the life of a passenger in another vehicle as well.
Were they on
they were on our bus.
Were they on just a?
It was a route, a morning route.
Morning route.
Yeah, the bus driver was picking them up, and we had 9 individuals, 10 including the bus driver on the bus, and it was. I was on the scene about 20 minutes after it happened, and that's something that'll forever be etched in my mind.
Wow.
And it's been really hard. I mean, I've had days but I've really struggled with the things I saw and just dealing with the loss of an individual and us trying to carry on. But I can say that I have a pretty strong faith, and so that's what's really got me through it. And I got a pretty good support system. We've got a great staff. We came together and we knew that we had to for the better of our students, and that's what we've done.
But you still had to go on.
That's right. I mean, we still had, and that's the thing about it. And I tell people, like when COVID came, my number one priority was to make sure the health of our individuals and my staff. But then again, though, as director, I got to make sure that we operate, because if we don't run, we don't get funding.
Right.
That's the way it works. We get our funding through the Department of Mental Health, and we bill them for every 15 minutes that we serve them. So
you may not want to talk about this, but I'm going to ask you.
All right.
Was this a little girl, a little boy?
It was a man.
Okay.
Yeah, he was 49 years old, and we had served him for over 20 years.
Wow. Really? So he was part of the family.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it that people don't realize, that it is a family.
Yeah,
They're all become part of the family. When we lose one, for whatever reason, it's hard, especially when it's a traumatic incident like that. It's extra hard.
So that was just a regular day,
right?
A regular pickup.
That's right.
That he was getting ready to do what he'd been doing for right at 20 years, and then you how'd you find out?
Actually, somebody calls the school. I remember it vividly, and said our bus has been involved in an accident. And I said, and our secretary asked where it was at, and I said, well, I'm going to head that way because it's not too far. And then another phone call, and then she said, it must be bad. We could hear screaming, and so I got there in no time, and it was, it was something, like I said, I'll never forget. All of the individuals, except for the one that was deceased, have come back, except for one. He had a severely broken leg, so he's still recovering, but the rest of them have come back. And then dealing with the mental aspect of it, you know, our guys, what they saw and what the ones that are on the bus and what they experienced is something that they'll have to live with the rest of their life. And as well as my bus driver, she won't ever work again.
How are the ones that are still?
They're okay. They've had some of them had some pretty severe injuries, but they're better now. They're back at school and. We're trying to be as normal as we can, and put things in perspective. We do this fundraising because we have to, but then it's very small in comparison to when you deal with real life stuff like that.
Oh boy, how many are normally in school?
We currently serve 51 adults.
Is that about what you stay?
Yeah,
is that year round?
Yeah, year round. Before COVID hit, we had 74.
Okay, so you've not built it back, not got back
right,
up.
We got down to 13. And then we're back up. We got back up to 56, and we've lost a couple that moved. And then the guy's name was Corbin Hamby. He's the one that passed. So we're at 51 individuals, adults. We served 27 babies through our early intervention program.
So, what area do you cover? I mean,
we cover Chambers County and Lee County, and our EI program serves Tallapoosa, Chambers, Lee, and Randolph County. Yeah, we do have. I think there's 4 adults that come from Tallapoosa County, but they meet our bus at the Chambers County line.
Golly, boom. I look at Lafayette days, and this is a fun day.
It is. It's a fun day. That's right.
A lot of food. You got your crafts. You got your booths. You got fun. What's fun food?
Yeah. I guess that's like funnel cakes and stuff like that. Boiled peanuts and stuff like just whatever you think it'd be at a carnival or a fair. You name it, it'll be there.
I had a roast beef plate yesterday from Jake's. I had some left over. I had a roast beef sandwich last night.
That's fun food, wasn't it?
That was fun food. I'm thinking you can't get fun.
Anything you like,
it's fun
you
food.
eat is fun food.
It's all good. It's all fun.
That's
it's
right.
all fun. Maybe
That's
this,
right.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Handmade items. What are you
Yeah.
talking about? Quilts and
Yeah,
stuff?
the people that make crafts, the wood items or things that they embroider.
Birdhouses?
Yeah.
Okay.
Be a lot of that. We have some great entertainment.
Are you singing this year?
No, unfortunately. we want people to come, not leave, Kenny. But we got a pretty, I don't know if you know Luke Keel. He participated in. He'll be singing.
Big boy.
There.
He got a big voice too.
Dakota Talmadge, who was on The Voice.
Wow.
Actually made it, a couple of rounds on The Voice. He'll be singing there. We've got some local gospel groups. So we're, a lot of great entertainment. It's just a fun day. This is not our big fundraiser. We'll raise anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000, which is a good bit of money. But it's just something to give back to the community. It's a fun day for them to come out and enjoy fellowship, and enjoy the beautiful town of Lafayette. I'm originally from Lafayette, so I live in Wadley now. But
That's right.
Lafayette is a beautiful city, and I have a fondness for it, and it's a good time to showcase the courthouse there and for people to come out.
Boy, you talking about small town USA? That's what it is. That's why I love it. We'll be right back. The Mitchell House. So, of course, the Mitchell House located in downtown Dadeville. I was thinking about Miss Vivian this weekend. I was thinking about an event somebody was talking about, and I said, "Well, have you tried the Mitchell House?" Now, I'm just making this up. But that's what I would have told somebody. I got to be honest with you. But so if you're looking for a place to go, I would strongly urge you to get in touch with Miss Vivian Autry today at the Mitchell House events. Go to mitchellhouseevents.com for more information.
This is Joseph Dean with Frederick Dean Funeral Home and Crematory. I am pleased to announce that Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation is now open to serve the public at our location on the corner of 49 North and 280 West in Dadeville. Please stop by and see lifelong resident of Dadeville, Molly Kaler, who will be running the office and meeting with families who want to plan ahead and pre-need their services. We are also available by phone 256-750-0381 or online at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Alex City Internal Medicine and Nephrology and Weight Loss Center provides optimum care for the whole person. Dr. Dimo Popov specializes in the prevention and diagnosis of high blood pressure, kidney disease, diabetes, and acute and chronic conditions. Our weight loss clinic offers lipo shots and a guide to healthy weight loss. Alex City Internal Medicine and Nephrology and Weight Loss Center, where lifestyle changes are made.
Benton, Clearing, and Grading is Cody and LD Benton, and they got your job in sight. Moving dirt is a clean job to them. Clearing a lot for your home or business is what they do, and they do it right. Call LD or Cody today at 256-397-2531 or 397-2532 for a quote today. I promise you, they'll do the job right. That's Benton, Clearing, and Grading.
2025 RVs are here. Be the first to see the latest and greatest from your favorite manufacturers and lock in special show pricing at your local Camping World. '25 RVs are here. Be the first to see the latest and greatest from your favorite manufacturers and lock in special show pricing at your local Camping World.
There's only one clear choice in the Lake Martin area for plumbing, heating, and air. That's All Clear Plumbing and Air. Our professionally trained technicians offer full-service repair and installation on all major brands. From drips to water heaters, thermostats to entire air conditioning and heating systems, and everything in between. Our fast, reliable, and guaranteed top-notch customer service will keep you informed and up to speed through the entire process. Call us today or look for us on Facebook and Instagram at All Clear Plumbing and Air, 256-496-2056. License number 19172.
Thunderbolt and Lightfoot at Oscar's Cafe on Highway 49 South in Dadeville, Alabama is looking to see you today. Now let me tell you, they got great food. They've always had great food all these years. Now they still got that atmosphere. They still got that service. They still cater. Let me stop right there. 15 to 415 they can handle. So give them a call today at Oscar's, Highway 49 South in Dadeville. 256-825-4827.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We are your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
Count them, 29. 29th annual Lafayette Day. Now, when we, with my buddy Craig Brown out here, it's Saturday, April 12th from 9 a.m. 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's Central Time, 10 Eastern Time. So y'all do put both times on there because you're surrounded with both of them.
We're the school is actually located in Valley, and Valley is on Eastern Time. And so you and I were talking before. You know, I leave my house at 4:30 because I have to get
Eastern
up.
time.
Eastern, yeah. So I have to be there in a hurry. But so we have to make sure we put 2 different dates. But I will tell you this. You know, they're going to consolidate the schools in Chambers County. You may have seen that. And I've been told when they do that it's a possibility everyone will be on Central Time then. So that
Really?
Yeah, it'll be different. We'll see how that works out. But there again, you know, I have to make sure that I cannot emphasize enough how much support we get from our community. And I go to different places and I talk to other directors and I tell them about what our community does for us, and they can't believe it.
Right. Well, they believe in you.
They believe in us. That's right. They know that we're doing a good thing and the need is there. And I'm telling you, what people don't realize is that more and more is needed because there are more and more people that are kids that are being born on the spectrum that are, you know, with autism and different other disabilities that they're going to need some type of service once they get through with high school, and places like us, they're going to be in need.
Do you go for training for this? Do you have schools or they have events where you have to go training just to stay up to date? Like I think about autism.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, we do training on different things. Now, our early intervention program, it's keyed more toward that because they try to catch it early. That's the thing. When a baby is, they may seem as deficit in some area, then they'll go for testing, and then we provide speech therapy, physical therapy, and occupational therapy. And we do it in their environment. That's for 2 reasons: for the training, and also it trains the parents techniques to do with the child to help. And we have a lot of success stories that come through our early intervention program.
Do they come on campus to do that?
They can come, but usually it's done in their natural environment, either in daycare or at home. Right?
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
I have a group. I have a lady that's over the EI program, Jennifer Tidwell, and then I contract all my therapists, and they go out in a car and to wherever they're at and work with them, and they do an excellent job.
Let me tell you what, those are special folks that can do that. They're trained, but then I know we say this out here about a lot of things, but it's a calling.
Yeah, well, you know, and I was telling my Sunday school class yesterday, we were talking about, you know, that in life that what I do, and I said, don't take this wrong, but everybody can't do what I do because you can't just wake up.
Right.
You can't just wake up and just say, you know what, I think I want to work with people with intellectual disabilities. It doesn't work like that.
No.
We've had people that come that we've hired that work the day, worked a week, and said, I can't do this. You know, it's a.
I'm sorry, what was their reason? They just.
It just couldn't handle it.
It's not what they thought it was?
Right.
Okay.
And here's the thing.
That's okay.
You have to understand, you know, that we're all, God makes us for a specific purpose.
I agree.
Fearfully and wonderfully made. And I think, you know, that sometimes we don't see that. We see their disability instead of their ability. And then that kind of clouds the way we treat them. And if you can ever look past that, it shouldn't.
They're just people.
That's right.
People are people. I don't care what.
That's exactly right. And so if we can ever get past that and see the value in them, and if I can find somebody that does that, then I know I got a good employee. They're going to be there a while.
That's when it's special.
And they think about them more as a family member or a person than just a product.
I want to go back to the 29th Annual Lafayette Day coming up April 12th. Let me tell you, it's an all-day event. Crafts, fun foods, art booths, handmade items, but we're not even talking about the car show.
That's right, yeah.
Street rods, antique cars, trucks, and tractors. A lot of folks, you know, they go get something to eat, some of that fun food, but so many folks go for the antique cars, and doing it 29 years.
Yeah, that's right.
Some of those antique cars were like in the 50s and 60s. Now they're the 70s.
Yeah, there's some sharp cars and trucks that come. And, you know, car shows are funny. If the weather is, if you think there's going to be some bad weather, they're not going to come out.
No,
we've had as many as 95.
Wow.
And then we've had as few as 10 or 12.
Well,
it just
they go take care of those.
Right. It depends on the weather. And we do ours differently. We don't really have any judging. It's more of just a community event.
Yeah.
They come and they interact. We've got some that's come almost every year.
Wow.
We give them a barbecue sack lunch when they come, and they get possibly get a prize from the prize tree. They'll get a goodie bag, and they know that it's going to a good cause, and they have a good time. They get to enjoy the craft show and the music, and it's just a good, fun day.
What was your first car?
My first car? Well, before I could drive, my dad was a mailman in Lafayette, and there was this gentleman had an old 55 Ford in his yard.
Wow.
And so I talked my daddy into buying it, and I was about 14, had, three speed on
the
tree. Yeah, and I made a trail through the woods next to my house, and I drove that truck through that trail. I put a radio in it, And I think
it didn't have radio?
No, not that one.
I mean, no.
By the time I got 16, though, I don't think it ran. But my first official car was a Chevy S10. My mom took me down to it was Kilpatrick Chevrolet in Opelika.
I remember that.
She was friends with him, and got me a Chevy S10, and that was my first vehicle. I've had a bunch of vehicles.
Let me tell you something. You may see a Chevy S10 in this, but you will see a lot of neat old cars again if the weather's right.
Yeah,
now,
that's right.
Those folks, they baby those things.
That's right. You were talking about Sid earlier.
Yeah,
the former
Sid Lockhart.
sheriff. He has a pretty sharp Chevrolet truck. It's a two-tone brown. He normally brings it when he has time. It's sharp as well.
Tallapoosa County Sheriff Jimmy Epps got an old 50-something model green that he'll have in the parades. That's his. Yeah. That's his baby.
Yeah.
Musical entertainment. Let's mention those.
Yeah, we know.
Again.
We talked about Luke Kill. I won't remember all of them. Going home from a band to Alabama. Dakota Talmadge, who was on The Voice, he'll be singing. Some people may know Charlie Hughes. He's an assistant principal at Beauregard. He's going to be singing that day. The Holloways and Drakes. It's a gospel group out of Lafayette. They have been with us probably for the entirety of the time. And then there's a group from Point University going to come up and sing. So we've had a variety of different musical entertainment through the years. And so that's always a big thing.
That's part of the entertainment. Yep. You mentioned Beauregard, Smith Station. I know Maggie our daughter used to teach at Smith Station. That's Central Time.
It is.
Even though.
Yeah, my daughter actually teaches at Wacoochee right now.
Really?
Yeah, and it's a feeder school for Smith Station. Yeah.
But that's you're right on the edge of.
That's right.
Eastern Time.
Yeah, that whole area in there, and I was told that how that became Eastern Time is years ago. West Point Pepperell was in West Point, and so they kind of annexed that whole Chattahoochee Valley area into Eastern Time zone.
Okay, I've never heard that.
Yeah, that's what I was told, and I believe it, I guess.
Phoenix City, that's Eastern. That's Russell County.
That's right.
They're
Eastern Time.
They're Eastern Time. So we got two times, but we just want to make sure that you put it on your thing.
Everybody over here will be there at 9.
Yeah, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central Time.
That's right.
So we'll just keep reminding you about that. We're going to take us the last break of the day. We'll be back to say goodbye. Chick-fil-A, in fact, Michael Murphy, Lois Ann Murphy's son and her husband, he was the prom king. So that is her pride and joy. Now, we talk about pride and joy. We're talking about good food, too, at Chick-fil-A. You're talking about catering. Let's just talk about catering right now. For breakfast, for lunch, and even for supper time, check with them at Chick-fil-A.
Get ready to smile because it's Truck Month at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Take your pick of over 40 brand new Chevrolet Silverados, discounted up to $14,000 off while they last. New Chevy Equinox, the compact SUV featuring high-tech options, discounted up to $5,000 off. Enjoy no payments until summertime. Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way. GlennSmith.com. Get ready to smile.
Cloud9 is a lifestyle boutique downtown Alexander City. We're right on Main Street next to Carlisle's, and we're open from 10 to 5 Monday through Friday and 10 to 2 on Saturdays. We offer a variety of items ranging from ladies' clothing from size extra small to 2XL. We have baby clothes including newborn gifts. We have wedding registries and the beloved Diva Wash. If you know, you know. Follow us on social media and come see us today on Main Street.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
Summertime is a special time. Time on the water, time away from work, and more time with family and friends. Make sure your heart is ready for the season with an appointment at the UAB Heart and Vascular Clinic at Russell Medical. I'm Dr. Kevin Sublett, and our entire clinic is dedicated to keeping your heart healthy. We're right here in your own community and backed by the knowledge and expertise of UAB Medicine. Make an appointment today by calling 256-234-2644 or visit uabmedicine.org/heartrussell.
Carlisle Heating and Air says it's tune-up time for your HVAC system. Having your unit tuned up increases energy efficiency and can reduce the wear and tear on your unit. Call Carlisle Heating and Air today at 256-234-0019 for a price. Serving the Lake Martin area, Alexander City, Dadeville, Jackson Gap, and Goodwater. Don't get hot, be cool. Call Carlisle Heating and Air today at 256-234-0019. Don't get hot, be cool.
Hi, my name's Mac Alexander. This is my wife, Carolyn Alexander. And the reason we love our church, it's just an awesome family of believers in Jesus Christ. And our church genuinely has a heart for souls and community.
And we love our Sunday school class. It's a wonderful group of people. And we pray for each other in the good times and in the hard times.
Payne's Furniture, located in the heart of downtown Dadeville, Alabama, is rocking these days with a great selection of quality rocking chairs and Adirondacks, dining room tables, bedding, sofa sectionals, and even a Cinderella carriage bed frame. Donald Payne has been in the furniture business for decades. It's simple. If you don't see it, say, Donald, can you find it for me? That's Payne's Furniture, downtown Dadeville, Alabama. 256-825-7727 is the number.
rocking yet another Lafayette Day t-shirt, another beautiful color. 4.
Hey, speaking of 4, the Meals on Wheels golf tournament today is scheduled for 1 o'clock, and it is a go. They're saying the storm's going to be out of here by 1 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
We talked to the Lake Wind staff. They said that it'll be playable, so the golf tournament is a go today.
Okay, good.
We're going to
good.
carry on as normal. Come eat if you're part of it. I'll be cooking hamburgers along with Mr. Phil Blassingame, so we'll be grilling and come on down and
for Meals on Wheels.
It's a benefit for Meals on Wheels. It's our annual golf tournament, and we're hoping the weather will be out of here. It's going to be a kind of damp afternoon, but it'll be a fun afternoon.
Might want to bring your water wedge.
There you
go.
Yes.
Craig,
Look,
thank you for coming out
Thank
here.
you. Phil's daughter my daughter plays softball.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Good ball player.
Yeah.
She was good.
Hope y'all have a good day. Just stay in tune with the weather. Looks like it's going to move in, move out, like we're fixing to move out. Ryan?